News just in. Man delivers exciting announcement about Stoicism. It's the 2nd of May. Design your path to success. First, tell yourself what kind of person you want to be, but then do what you have to do. For in nearly every pursuit, we see this to be the case. Those in athletic pursuit first choose the sport they want and then do that work. Epictetus.
And is he?
He is. So design your path to success. So I feel that everything in life, and I'm quite good at this.
At life?
No, maths. It boils down to an equation.
Right.
Okay, so everything in life is an equation.
Okay, I'm going to give you something. You tell me what the equation is.
Okay.
These boots are
Were made for walking.
I really love them, but they've started to get holes in.
Okay. Thing plus time equals wear.
Wow.
And
a lot of people out there think you're not a very bright lad. But I was very impressed.
That anything over a long amount of time will wear. We're all going to get old. We're all going to get sick. And we're all going to die.
And there it is. That's what we call full circle. Full circle, Frimston. Keep on going.
So we're talking about equations. And if you're in sales, that's kind of true for yourself. So Zach, I want you to imagine you're currently a salesperson. What might be something you want to achieve within the next 5-10 years?
I'm channeling a salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
My ultimate dream. I want to be a CRO.
You want to?
I don't know where that came from. I don't even know where that came from.
I never knew you went to a Tony Robbins conference.
Wow.
It was like Usher was in the room.
Stand up at the back.
So you want to be a CRO?
More than anything. I didn't realise.
So let's work out what the equation is to becoming a CRO.
Is it C plus R equals O?
Whoa, really good maths there. Let's say you're a salesperson. There's probably stepping stones that you need to get there. So let's find a previous CRO in a company, and they probably went from SDR to account executive. Then they might have been some kind of sales director. And then they might go on to be a CRO, and they might have done something along the way. So let's look at a CRO. Let's work out what skills they have. So it could be sales plus marketing plus leadership equals CRO. What else could go into a CRO? So you're always thinking, what are the pieces of the puzzle that need to go into this? And then reverse engineer it. What do I need to do? Well, if I build up my skill set and I do the obvious thing, which is close lots of deals, guide people into closing deals, lead a team, motivate others, work hard, show up on time, equals CRO. So you're just breaking it down of what are the obvious things that I can do consistently over the next 5 years. Go on to Indeed, go on to read.co.uk, the UK's #1 job site, look at CRO job roles and find out what is required, what experience is required, what do you need to do, what do you need to have done. Everything can be broken down to a simple equation. So when you think about like designing your path to success and like looking ahead and being like, right, okay, now how do I get there? What are some of the hacks or things that you can see?
Well, actually, I'll ask you that question.
Challenge me.
From knowing the journey we've been on, if you were to do it again, what are the little hacks and things that you've spotted that you think I'd put them in again if we did it again?
Great question. So I think consistency. So let's just look at like there are two parts to any business: new business, finding new clients, and retention, keeping new clients. So one of them is going out and finding new clients. How do I find them? So I would consistently post on LinkedIn. I would consistently cold call.
Tell us one of your posts that you might do, because obviously they're all so different.
Sometimes I might say that no one's ever died from a cold call before.
Right.
I might say like, remember you'll die or something like that.
Well, that one you do, you just put no, yes, no.
And I say just another week working in sales, remember you'll die.
And everyone goes, I've never seen that one before. I'm not bitter.
So I would say posting consistently on LinkedIn.
Just anything.
No.
The same thing over and over again.
Good stuff.
Right,
Good
yeah,
stuff.
Sorry.
Can we just do a fact check on my analytics versus Zach's, please? And then we'll start talking about copywriting. Thank you. That's one thing. Consistently cold calling, doing the bit over and over again. And then the client retention piece is giving a good service, What is there anything standing out to you?
I think it's the where you attach the dopamine, isn't it? If the dopamine is in the work,
in the likes on LinkedIn,
perhaps that's where it is for you, mate. But probably a bit more complex than you are as a character.
We know that.
But no, if the dopamine's in the work rather than the outcome, you'll always get up and keep going because you'll just like what you're doing, or at least feel like it's pushing you forward. I heard a really interesting thing the other day on a podcast with, I've forgotten his name. He was a French economist, but he was talking about how all the research that he'd done into the brain basically indicates we're not wired for happiness as like the ultimate goal. We're wired for how can you get yourself to a place where you can work the hardest for the longest. That's what the dopamine center's for. It like wants to keep you going and finding, and it's the same reason why when you have certain kinds of food and that receptor kicks off, it goes, you must eat as much of this as you can because you might not get it again. The dopamine receptor's just there to like keep pushing you forward and making you keep working rather than getting to this like ultimate happiness.
Yeah, I think when you start to learn about dopamine and serotonin and all these different things.
Serotonin? Was she in the year below?
She was 2 years below.
2 years below.
Yeah, she was friends with amygdala. But I think that once you understand those systems, then you can start to bring in processes and hack them a little bit to help you get to your path of success. I've been Jack Frimpston.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember, you will die.
Pete Sir.